Share practice exam questions for HPE7-A04 Aruba Certified Data Center Architect exam. 1. What is a use case for a two-tier L2 design for a dedicated data center? A. Server room adjacent to campus core. B. Customers with medium to large data centers with application demanding requirements. C. Customers with small to medium data centers with less demanding requirements. D. Data center that is located in a separate building to the campus network. 2. What is the transit VLAN that runs between VSX members? A. Must not be assigned IP addresses on any switch. B. It is used as a keep-alive mechanism. C. It is a routed VLAN allowed in the ISL to ensure that the two switches within a VSX pair can learn routes from one another, in potential failover situations. D. Must be assigned identical IP address on both of the switches. 3. What delivery documents are included in the post-installation handover? A. Devices datasheets. B. Devices quick specs. C. Cost of the project. D. Archived configurations. E. Inventory. 4. How many Aruba 100G QSPF28 LC ER4L 40km SMF transceivers are allowed on Aruba CX 8325? A. 12 transceivers. B. 4 transceivers. C. None. D. 8 transceivers. 5. A customer currently has a three-tier architecture in which aggregation switches are the default gateways. Pairs of aggregation switches use VRRP. You are migrating to an L2 two-tier architecture in which the core switches are the default gateways. How should you migrate the default gateway functionality? A. Use a DHCP server to assign servers new gateway IP addresses, which are configured on the new core switches. B. Configure VSX Active Gateway on the new core switches using the current default gateway IP address as the virtual IP and a new virtual MAC address. C. Add the core switches to the aggregation switches VRRP groups and use VRRP to fail over to the new switches. D. Configure VSX Active Gateway on the new core switches using a new default gateway IP address as the virtual IP and the existing VRRP MAC for the virtual MAC address. 6. What is the maximum distance supported by Active Optical Cables, AOC? A. 7 meters. B. 50 meters. C. 15 meters. D. 30 meters. 7. What is the transit VLAN that runs between VSX members? A. It is used as a keep-alive mechanism. B. It is a routed VLAN allowed in the ISL to ensure that the two switches within a VSX pair can learn routes from one another, in potential failover situations. C. Must not be assigned IP addresses on any switch. D. Must be assigned identical IP address on both of the switches. 8. You created a formal proposal and quote for a customer's data center network refresh. What is some other support information that you should include? Select 2. A. A list of VLANs that you plan to configure on the switches. B. No need to include any of these as the proposal is not the place to educate the customer on them. C. HPE Aruba Networking recommends including a block diagram with proposals. D. A list of IP addresses that you plan to configure on the switches. 9. Which of these protocols carries commands for reading from, writing to storage over a TCP/IP session? A. RDMA. B. FCOE. C. NVMe FRDMA. D. ISCSI. 10. What is true about the VSX switches in EVPN VXLAN? A. Each member of the VSX acts as standalone from the EVPN VXLAN perspective. B. VSX stacking and EVPN VXLAN are mutually exclusive. C. You should make the two switches in the VSX pair operate as a single logical VTEP. Check correct answers.